Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today I'm having a little play, and I was doing some paper clips yesterday using these fussy cuts from the beautiful Bouquets digital kit, and I made these lovely little paper clips, and they are just lovely. I'll link the video down to these underneath because they've got little dingly danglies on. So today I have got a few left, so I thought I would make some sort of like chunkier tags, which are lovely. And I've got some cheesecloth, which I was using yesterday as well. I've got some silicone rubber stamps that I made the other day. I showed you how to do it in a video, and I've got some that I've made, so I'm going to use those as well. And just a little bit of coffee stain card and some of the paper from the pack as well. And I've got the Nouveau crystal drops as well, which are lovely, and I don't know whether you can see, you can just see on there as well. And I've got a few little dots around these bits, but I think they look really nice, and I think they will go in the journal together with these. They're sort of like grungy and a little bit of sort of shabby at the same time, which I am loving. So I'm going to pop that one to the side. I have got some papers here, so let's see. And I've also got this, it's a little blender tool, but I did stick it down with a bit of glue gun glue because they were so wobbly you couldn't really do anything with it. It was going to break. And I've just gone around the edges of this one, and I'm going to just quickly do this one just to show you. It comes out sort of like a greeny colour. I don't know why. It must be the sponge or something, because I did have a blender before which made the ink sort of like change colour. Can you see it's got a funny old colour to it? But it's quite nice because it sort of like blends quite nicely as a background. If you didn't want like a little a white background, it sort of gives it a sort of like a nice tint to it, like that. So I'll show you on here. Can't remember where I got this from. I really can't. I've had it for ages and ages, and I didn't use it because it was so bendy and it used to drive me around the bend. So I just found it today after sorting out, and I just stuck some glue gun around it, and it sort of like held it on a little bit. It's quite funky, isn't it? It's nice and glittery. But let's just quickly go around the edge of this one, because I wanted them a little bit sort of grungier, but loving it, loving it. So that's that bit for a minute. And what I'm going to do, what shall I do? Shall I use a little bit of this up? Let's take this one, pop those to the side. Let's just have that on there. I'm just going to rip some of this up, pop those up there. I'm going to use a ruler today. I thought I might do a little bit of embossing as well, because I found these embossing powders, and this one is Pearl Plum and Pearl Blue, but I can't remember what colour they come out. They're made by Fun Stamps, and they are really old, so whether you can still get them, I don't know. Look, you've still got my dust on the top of those. Shows how often I use them. So I'm just going to pop that like that, and I'm just going to tear that down. And I quite like this little bit around there, so I'm going to just pop that on there like this. Not too worried if it's not 100% straight. I'm going to pop that on there, and then I've got some card, which, shall we use this one, because it goes quite well with the colour of the ink, doesn't it? I'm just going to, no, I don't need that on there. I think I'll have to go, I don't think that's quite straight at the top. Not that I'm too worried. Let's just rip that down. Nice grungy stamps, or tags I mean. What do you think there? There we go. What I'm going to do, I'm going to just bend that, not completely in half, but I need pair of scissors, and I'm just gonna, I want them to be sort of chunkier looking, like that. I'm gonna pop that up there in the corner. I'm just gonna chop the ends off like that. Oops, there we go. That sort of fits. I quite like this bit at the top. Okay, that's lovely. So shall I just ink? Let's take this and just ink around this end. So it's a bit, there's a bit of a funny old thing to use as well. But one day I will find a blender that I really like. I haven't really found one yet. So if you have any ideas of blenders, let me know. I do like my finger daubers, but the trouble is they don't last very long. And this one, if you can see on here, it just goes all bitty. I don't know why. I've tried the expensive ones and I've tried the sort of cheaper ones, but I don't know, they just fall apart. Unless I'm a bit too heavy-handed with things, I don't know. Maybe. See, look, this is just too slow to do this. But we need a little bit of ink, unless we can just darken it up. See, look, it comes out a lot darker, doesn't it? Straight from the ink pad. So let's just do that. So look, this is sort of like a greeny colour. Very bizarre. Let's have a little bit. I can remember I only used to use it from the ink pad before, or many moons ago. So there we go, it's bendy, it's a bit bendy, isn't it? Okay, lovely. And that's going to sit on the front like that. But what I would like to do, I think I might stick this on first. Let's just get some glue. And then I'm going to stamp and emboss. I was going to do a little bit of sewing on these, but I've moved my sewing machine for a bit back to where it used to be, because my camera setup is not quite how I really want it. I'm going to go a bit higher actually, because it's just a little bit on the tripod. My camera's on the tripod and it's a little bit not happy, a little bit, I'm not sure, but I'm not happy with where it is. Okay, love that, love that. Now I do have a few little words, so I might pop. That looks quite a nice match, doesn't it? So shall we just pop this on as well? I'm going to pop this on afterwards because I want to do a little bit of stamping and embossing on the back of this. Let's just get rid of those bits. That looks good. Maybe I'll pop it on there, which will do something. I'll probably forget. I'll pop that to the side and I'll probably forget all about it. But what I'm going to do, look, these are the stamps. These are this is the silicone rubber. It's the mold making kit from Let's Resin, and I've made these little stamps and they are fab. I've made quite a few. This one I took off an embossing folder which has got text on it, and this one I actually took off my guillotine, my little guillotine, which it looks really good and I love them. I think it's great. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to use the text one, I'm going to use this one, which I did actually use for that was a stencil. Gosh, I can't speak today. Right, I'm going to take this because I want to stamp onto here. Then I've got another piece here, and then we shall emboss. So I have got my Versamark. I'm going to just dip this in there, just gently. I don't want any on the outside really, but just going to pop it like that, and I'm going to do it again. Just come down there. Let's see. I put it on this little foamy pad because it stamps a little bit better then. What shall we use? Shall we use the pearl blue? I really can't remember what these look like. I think it was over there, wasn't it? So let's just see if this is going to work. I'll probably cover most of it up, but let's just see. Have I got stuff everywhere? There we go. Pop this in there. Pop the lid on so I don't knock it over. I just knocked a thing of beads on the floor earlier. But my floor is all nice and clean, so it was easy to pick up. So that's good. Right, I'm just going to quickly heat this up. Okay, lovely. Can you see it's just got like a little shine to it? It almost looks purple here. It looks a little bluey grey there, but on this card it looks sort of got like a little purple tint to it. But I was just thinking that would be quite nice. Show me underneath there. That looks really nice, doesn't it? Love it. So I'm going to do a little, should I use it with this one? I'm sure I cut one out of this. I'm going to do a little tab thing at the top. Should I do a tab? Yeah. Oh, not a little tab, a little eyelet. So let's just use this silly thing. Just ink around the edge. Don't know why it comes out a funny colour. Going to ink that. Let's take this off. Pop you on there. A little bit of glue. There. Pop you right. Is that the middle? That's sort of the middle, isn't it? Like that. Let's get my little crocodile. Drop everything on the floor. There we go. Let's pop a little eyelet in there. Let's have a look. Let's just take one of these. Pop that in. Oops, there we go. Turn this round. There we go, perfect. I do like making these little sort of like chunky fat tags. They look really nice, don't they? I'm loving that. I think that looks really nice on there. Looks good. Right, if I pop that on, I can pop this on. And then I was going to pop the little word on, wasn't I? Floral. Shall we pop you there? Do I need this, do you think? Not really, not really. Maybe I could use a little bit of, I want them to look a little bit grungy but pretty, if you know what I mean. Maybe I'll use a little bit of this. Maybe I will cut this like that. Just a little bit. I've probably got little offcuts which I could have used as well. I'm going to use, I'm going to grunge the end. I cannot find my little grungy tool, my little distressy tool anywhere. So I'm going to use my scissors. I've even got a little hook that I've put up to hang it on. And do you think I can find it? No, not at all. But never mind. There we go. I quite like that. I don't want that as dark, so I'm going to go on this. Use this. Whew, it's hot in here. I like that. Do you like that? Pop that just like that. don't know whether I really need it. I might actually make that into like a little dingly dangly. I don't think I need it on there. I think it's going to be too much. I'm going to stick this on like that. Change of mind. I'm going to pop it on there. Because you've got a little bit where you could do some sort of writing on there. And I'm going to pop a little eyelet in the top. Just have it as a dangle, I think. Oops. See daisy. Didn't work very well, did it? Let's pop one of these little eyelets in. There we go. Use it as dangly dangly instead. I think that was just too much on there. Perfect. I'll get a little bulb pin to use with that. Right, shall I pop a little bit of, let's pop a little bit of this on there. Look, it's picked up all the little bits of fluff on here. Add a little bit of this. Okay, this afternoon I think I might colour a little bit of cheesecloth. I meant to do that. It's quite windy, so that I haven't made any coffee stained paper this year. It's so windy outside that obviously it doesn't stay where it's put. I think I'll have to do it in the mornings. It's sort of like calmer in the mornings. A little bit there, a little bit of random down here like that, and then this can just sit on the top. Oh, I love it. It's lovely. There we go. Let's pop that on there. Pop that down. Perfect. Look at that. Isn't that just lovely? I love it. Where's my other one gone? Here it is. Look at that. Isn't that nice? So now what we can do, I'm going to add, because I love this, I think this looks really, really nice on there. Since I used my Nouveau drops the other day, I think they're lovely. I think they look really good. But I'm going to use these liquid pearls as well, which are nice. So I'm just going to go over just the little daisy. Just like that, just so it's got a little bit of sparkle on it. So you've got that grunge, but you've also got a little sort of bit of sparkle on there. You see, I think that looks really nice, doesn't it? Put a bit on this one, like that. And I think what I might do, I've got this one, which is, what colour was this one? Antique Rose. I've got this one, which I can, I think this comes out a little bit quicker. Just go along this little flower, just the little petals. Oops. Like that. Just gives it like that little bit of a dimension to it, because I do like a little bit of sort of dimension in stuff. It looks nice, doesn't it? So let's just do that. That looks good, doesn't it? Or maybe we go, there's a little bow here. Let me just do that. Fabulous. And of course a little bit of glitter. Should we just do a little bit of glitter? Let's just pop a little bit of sparkle in the middle on these little flowers. A little bit here, there, a little bit of something dotted about. Looks good. There we go. Okay, now these ones as well, actually I'm going to, like I did on this one, I've just popped some like little dots. Not that it's really needs it, because it's quite shiny anyway, but I'm just going to pop just a couple of little dots just going around. I'm going to come off onto the piece of card on the outside as well. just little bits. Let's do a little bit up here. As I said before, if you're in doubt of what to do, stick a few little dots on. I think they look great. Okay, fab. I like that. Now I think I should have probably popped the ribbon in the top first, so I'm going to leave that because else I'm going to just mess all this up. But I'm loving that. I think that looks so pretty. So I've got two nice little scruffy tags there. Now I'm going to make another one, and this one. Should I add a little bit of, should we just add a little bit of this? Or I might just add the little bit of sparkle to this one. I'm going to pop this out the way and this one out the way. Let's add a little bit of sparkly bits just to this. This is nice because it goes clear with a little bit of glittery bits in there. Fab. Look at that. That's quite pretty, isn't it? Right, shall we make another one? Which one shall we do? Should we just make this one? This one's nice, isn't it? So I used the blue on there. I think I'm going to use the pearl plum on this one. See what that comes out like. Now I've also got this colour background paper. What do you think? What do you think? I'm not quite sure what this pearl comes out like, but we can see. Shall we try? The only thing we can do is try. Let me just rip this off. Maybe we'll make this one fatter, longer one. Shall we? Pop that up there. Let's just take this white bit off. How big? So we could probably have a word on this one. Now the ones that I've got here, this one, that looks quite nice, doesn't it? Or should we have petals? Petals? That looks quite nice, doesn't it? That will do. So I'm going to make this one a little bit taller then. About there. So then that will give me room to put that on. Let's just cut this down. There we go. I was going to do some jelly printing today, but these were still out on my desk, so I thought I would use these up. The little bouquets, so I thought I would use those up instead. Let's just cut that across. Let's get the ink. I'm just going to use this ink around the edge. Oh, such a quicker way to do it, isn't it? Right, what colour background? Should we do this funky green? Or this one? Which do you reckon? Actually, it might look better on there, because that matches the ink, doesn't it? That's quite dark, that side, isn't it? That's a bit better. This card isn't very straight, is it? Let's take that off. Don't need that one. What do you think there? Take that off. Pop this one on. So there's no sort of cutting today. We are just ripping. What does that look like? It's a bit lopsided, doesn't it? Does it really matter? I don't think so. I don't think so. There we go. Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit off the top. Like that. There we go. Perfect. Pop that one in the corner. Snip it off. Pop that one in the corner. Snip it off and then just bring that down. Perfect. Ink. And then we will do a little bit of stamping. Maybe I will do, I don't think I'll do the text because, oh maybe I will, oops. Oh look, I've got ink all over this. Grub. Going to stick that on. This is a little bit wobbly, this card. Could have done with a little bit of an iron actually. I do like to iron it sometimes when it's been coffee stained, because it does distort a little bit. So this is just tacky glue in there. Let's put that down. God, it's a bit messy, isn't it? Good job there, a little bit grungy, isn't it? Let's just ink this. Should we ink it with this? Okay, maybe, should we use a little bit of this? Put that on. So wonky. I think I will just cut this down. Like that, and then I will use my smaller scissors just to distress the edges. There we go. Perfect. And again, let's just ink these edges. Yeah, I think that's probably why it's a little bit more inky, isn't it? Stick that on. And then we will be ready to emboss. So stick this on here. Like that. And you can just sit on the bottom. I might, should we pop a little something on? Oh, I'll do that in a minute. Do that one in a minute, but first we need to bring this out, get rid of some of these little bits out of the way. This is what's going to go on there. Shall we carry on? I think I will. Yeah, I'm going to use this again. So let's just tap this on. Not very thick sort of stamp. You know what I mean? Put that down like that. Bring the paper in. So yeah, this is Pearl Plum. So let's just see what colour this comes out. There we go. I think it's probably gone underneath that, but that's okay. Oh, it's got a very strong smell. Can they go off? Don't know. Probably the lid hasn't been taken off for a few years. Right, I'm just going to quickly heat this up. Okay, lovely. Gosh, it's got a nice little shine to it. Not sure whether you can see that pinky. It's almost matches my nail polish. Got a lovely pinky sheen to it. So pop that on there. I should have gone over this bit, shouldn't I? Maybe I could pop a little bit of cheesecloth on there, or maybe I won't put cheesecloth on this one. Got the little petals on there. That's lovely. I do like that, but I don't like this dirty bit, so I'm going to go for, look, I've got some white cheesecloth here. I think I'm just going to pop a little bundle in the corner, and then I'll have to pop a little bit down here just to even it out a little bit. Let's give this a little bit of a scrunch up. I quite like this white one. Pop you on there. Shall I do the top? Shall we do the top first? Let's get a little bit of this card. Make a little hole. Should I go one side just slightly darker, but that's okay. Oh gosh, I don't like that one. Glue this on. Doesn't have to be glued on fabulously because we're going to pop a little eyelet through it anyway. And it doesn't quite stick on because this is shiny, isn't it? So that level, I think so. Where's my little tool gone? What have we got in here? Should we just go for like a beigey colour? Put that in there. Pop that down. Lovely. Let's pop you out of the way. Let's pop a little bit of this on here. Cover up our little mess under there, inky mess. So we're going to pop our lovely flowers on top. This says petals. Should we grunge this up a little bit? Don't need that underneath now, do I? Let's just pop this just here. Oops, oopsie daisy. A little bit of glue. Pop you. Should we have it hanging down just a little bit? Oh, got a bit of glue on there. Pop you down. There we go. And this little bouquet on there. That's lovely. Oops. Pop you there. Could probably pop a little bow on there as well, actually. I do like that. These I love. I like these little chunky wonky ones. Look at these. I'm quite liking the dark in there as well. I think that goes really well on that one. But I like the pink. I'm hoping you can see the pink that comes out in there. Pinky colour. Shall we add a little bit of this to our flowers? Let's have our little bit going around. Lovely, one little flower just here, like that. A little bit on this one, like that. A few little dots down there. Just sort of drawing with your liquid pearls, isn't it? Kind of pop a little bit of this, just a little bit on here. This is harder to draw with this one because it's got a little bit of a bigger sort of top to it. So just like I said, a few little dots. And where's our lovely shiny one, our lovely glittery one, which we'll pop on these purple flowers. There we go. A few more little dots about there. Oh, I do like using these. Okay, right, now that that bit's done, I will add a little bit of this just around the outside of these embossed bits. Just a few little dots in there. Not that you can see them too well, but I think it just adds to it just a little bit. So just follow the outline of whatever you've stamped on there. Like that. And bring it out onto the little bit of card on the outside. A little bit more down there. Okay. Oh, shall we pop a little bit? Oh, maybe I should have added a little bit of glittery bits to this. What do you think? Just on these little flowers. Perfect. Okay, so I do have some, I've got some of this lovely seam binding that I used yesterday as well, which I will probably pop in there, but I'll wait until these are dry. I've done two. I've done a little bit of this, which is the organza ribbon. This is the one that I coffee stained. This was white and I coffee stained that last year. So I've used a bit of that and a little bit of the seam binding on this one, which I'm loving. So there we go, guys. That is a nice little chunky tags. I think they are lovely. And then this little random one, whoops, I don't see my fingers in it, which is a nice little dingly dangly. So there we go, guys. I hope they are in view. Come down a little bit. There we go. So I will pop some little ribbon in there when they're dry. So there we are, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I'll pop a link to the beautiful Bouquets digital kit underneath, and I'll also pop the link to how I made these lovely little silicone rubber stamps as well. They are fabulous and it's just lovely. I love them. So there we go, guys. Have a fab rest of the day. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. All right, guys, bye bye.